What happens when heirs aren't ready for fortunes? Not all fortunes are earned, many are inherited. What happens when the heirs aren't ready? The thrill of immense wealth, the weight of legacy, the silent dance of inheritance. A game played in boardrooms and probate courts where fortunes built over generations can vanish with astonishing speed. This is the story of families who ascended to dizzying heights on the wings of inherited empires, and the potential pitfalls that await those who inherit a kingdom but lack the wisdom to rule it. From industrial titans to tech moguls, the specter of failed succession looms large.
Andrew Carnegie,
a titan of industry, amassed a fortune of nearly $500 million, a staggering sum by early 20th century standards. His empire was forged in steel, built on grit, innovation, and a vision that reshaped America. But Carnegie was also a fervent believer in the duty of the wealthy to give back. His famous essay, The Gospel of Wealth, argued that the rich should administer their fortunes for the benefit of the community. He famously stated, "The man who dies thus rich dies disgraced." However, Carnegie's immense wealth was directed towards philanthropy, not traditional inheritance for his descendants. He believed that setting up his heirs with unearned fortunes would stifle their drive and character, a principle that would echo through future generations.
contrast Carnegie's approach
With the Vanderbilt dynasty, Cornelius Vanderbilt, a self-made man, laid the foundation of a fortune built on steamboats and railroads, becoming one of the richest Americans of all time. His heirs reaped the benefits of this colossal inheritance, living lives of unparalleled luxury during the Gilded Age. Mansions like the Breakers in Newport stood as testaments to their unimaginable wealth, showcasing immense art collections and hosting legendary parties. Yet, while the initial heirs maintained the colossal fortune, subsequent generations saw the estate begin to fracture. The sheer scale of the inheritance, coupled with a different set of priorities and perhaps less business acumen, began to dilute the empire.
The Roaring Twenties
Saw a generation of Vanderbilts reveling in their inherited status, enjoying the fruits of their ancestors' labor without necessarily contributing to the ongoing empire building. The focus shifted from industry to social prominence and extravagant lifestyles. This era, characterized by unprecedented economic growth and cultural dynamism, masked underlying financial vulnerabilities. When the stock market crashed in 1929, the reverberations were felt across all wealthy families. Those whose fortunes were tied to the market suffered immense losses. The Vanderbilt fortune, though vast, was not immune. The decentralized nature of managing such a colossal inheritance across multiple branches of the family, combined with the economic devastation of the Great Depression, marked the beginning of a significant decline.
Henry Ford,
A revolutionary in manufacturing, built Ford Motor Company into a global behemoth, pioneering the assembly line and making automobiles accessible to the masses. His success was a testament to relentless innovation and business acumen. However, Ford was also notoriously paternalistic and somewhat resistant to modern corporate structures, particularly concerning his son Edsel's role. Edsel Ford, though groomed to succeed, often found his father's control stifling. After Edsel's premature death in 1943, the reins passed to his son, Henry Ford II. This marked a pivotal moment as the family legacy transitioned from the founder's direct control to a new generation navigating the complexities of a global corporation during the post-war boom.
Henry Ford II
Inherited a company that was both a national treasure and a complex industrial giant. Initially, he proved to be a capable leader, instrumental in rebuilding and modernizing Ford during a critical post-war period. He navigated treacherous waters, firing underperforming executives and injecting new energy into the brand. However, as subsequent generations of the Ford family ascended through the ranks, the dynamic shifted. The challenge of maintaining leadership within a publicly traded company, balancing family interests with professional management, and ensuring the next generation possesses the necessary vision and drive became paramount. Instances of internal conflict and differing management philosophies began to surface, testing the loyalty and expertise of family members.
In the modern era,
The digital age presents new paradoxes of inherited wealth. While founders like Steve Jobs built empires from scratch, their wealth is now subject to inheritance laws, creating a different kind of inheritance game. Jobs, intensely private and focused on product, famously had a complex relationship with his own legacy and wealth. His significant estate, upon his passing, entered the realm of estate planning and potential inheritance for his heirs. This raises questions. Will his children inherit the same innovative spirit, or will they be primarily beneficiaries of immense financial capital? The challenge for heirs in the tech dynasty is translating inherited financial power into continued relevance and innovation in a rapidly evolving industry.
the oil industry,
A historical engine of colossal fortunes, presents a compelling case study in inherited wealth. Families who struck black gold often established dynasties that commanded significant power and influence for decades. These inheritances, however, are not merely financial. They often come with enormous industrial assets, extensive land holdings, and a deep-seated responsibility for complex global operations. The heirs face the dual challenge of managing this immense capital and navigating the volatile global energy markets, which are increasingly influenced by geopolitical events and a global push towards sustainability. The immense wealth also attracts scrutiny, with heirs often facing the burden of public perception regarding their inherited privilege. The inheritance game is often played out in the legal arena. Estate planning, while intended to ensure a smooth transition of wealth, can become a battlefield. When there are differing interpretations of a patriarch's or matriarch's wishes, or when heirs disagree on the management or distribution of assets, contentious lawsuits can ensue. These legal disputes can tie up fortunes for years, erode value through legal fees, and irrevocably damage family relationships. The emotional toll of fighting over what was meant to be a gift can be devastating, turning generational wealth into a source of division rather than stability. The sheer complexity of modern estates, involving diverse assets and international holdings, amplifies these risks.
financial experts emphasize
That inherited wealth requires a different skill set than earned wealth. It's not just about managing money, it's about managing expectations, responsibilities, and the psychological impact of having resources that others struggle to acquire, notes one wealth advisor. Many heirs, from the moment they are born into privilege, are shielded from the realities of budgeting, saving, and the value of a dollar earned. This lack of fundamental financial discipline can lead to reckless spending, poor investment decisions, and ultimately, the dissipation of fortunes. Education and early exposure to financial responsibility are crucial for equipping heirs to be stewards rather than simply spenders of their inherited capital.
but the story isn't always one of loss.
Many heirs, recognizing the immense responsibility that comes with their inheritance, have not only preserved but actively grown their family fortunes. These individuals often possess a unique blend of business acumen, a strong work ethic, and a deep commitment to their family's legacy. They transform inherited capital into platforms for innovation, establishing successful businesses, leading impactful philanthropic foundations, and driving social change. These success stories often involve a fundamental understanding that the inheritance is not an endpoint, but a powerful resource that, when wielded wisely, can create lasting positive impact for generations to come.
The key to navigating the inheritance game successfully often lies in strong familial communication and mentorship. Early and open conversations about the family's values, business principles, and the expectations surrounding inheritance can preempt many future conflicts. Older generations can actively mentor younger heirs, imparting not just financial knowledge, but also the wisdom and ethical framework necessary to steward wealth responsibly. This proactive approach fosters a sense of ownership and duty rather than entitlement. It transforms the inheritance from a potential burden into a shared objective, ensuring the dynasty's continued strength and purpose. The inheritance game is a complex interplay of privilege and peril. For some, it opens doors to opportunities unimaginable to others, providing comfort, security, and the means to pursue ambitious dreams. Yet, for many, the weight of expectation, the constant pressure to perform, and the potential isolation that can accompany immense inherited wealth cast a long shadow. The true challenge lies not just in acquiring the fortune, but in understanding its ramifications, embracing the responsibility it entails, and choosing a path that honors both the creators of the legacy and the future it promises. It is a grand, often perilous, inheritance game. Ultimately, the fate of inherited dynasties rests on the shoulders of those who receive them. It is a gamble where the stakes are fortunes, legacies, and the very fabric of family. Will the heirs be prepared to play, adapt, and lead, or will the carefully constructed empires crumble under the weight of unprepared hands? The inheritance game continues, a timeless testament to the enduring power and profound challenges of generational wealth. The game continues, and the stakes are your legacy.